I don't really have a better place to put this, so I'm going to go ahead and upload this on this channel. This video is not going to be that interesting. Can I just be real with you for a second? I'm taking a break here, launders and light and centrist. No green screen up, just real me, okay? Taking a break from hating on your favorite CSGO teams and players or trying to push back against the haters that I don't feel like are hating for the right reasons to talk about my life a little bit because I've got a lot going on at the moment. It's probably the most I've ever had as a CS personality. And I have to say, it feels really great. But I also want to just kind of let people know what we've got coming up this month, what's going on in my head, and why your favorite fraud, fake YouTube coach, what's popular YouTube demo analyzer has stopped uploading demos because that's what everybody wants to know. Well, I have to say that, let me answer it first. I got a little bit bored of doing the demo reviews, and I had a revelation that you know what, I'm going to be honest. I got this idea from CoffeeZilla, who talked a long time ago about green screens, and I've actually been a fan of his since way before he really blew up a lot. And one of his old videos, he talks about how you have so much potential with a green screen in terms of how creative that you can be with your uploads. And well, I said, why overthink this? Why don't we try to be the green screen guy in CSGO and see if we can have fun? And there's two things that I wanted to try to do with the new videos, and that's use the green screen to allow like Vivid, who's been editing everything and doing such a fantastic job, Von Vorder on Twitter, to have as much like expressive freedom as possible, but to really also complement my like dry sarcastic style of humor, or like, I feel like there's always something funny on my mind, whether or not I'm saying it. And I feel like Vivid understands me in that regard. So him putting out funny stuff behind me is like kind of works with my personality so well. And I love green screen videos. And there was this idea that, well, why would you spend $1 million? Like Linus Tech Tips spent like $1 million to like build a set in a warehouse of like a home inside of a warehouse with like perfect lighting and everything. And then you're stuck with that one set. Whereas like with a really well lit green screen, you can kind of do whatever you want and let it flow. You know what I mean? So I think it's just been such a fun thing to try to do. But that doesn't explain why you stopped doing demo reviews, does it, Launders? No, that's true. And I think if I'm going to be frank about that one, uh, I feel like with demo reviews that like I just got to the point where I didn't feel like new things were coming to mind. The neuron wasn't getting activated when I'd start recording. You know what I mean? When I would watch Axel and Shiro play A side overpass, like it wasn't as cool as it was the first time anymore. And I just think that for me, I realized I did the top 20, which is a really strong place to end. So particularly strange place to end the demo reviews in total. But then thought, well, just because things are going really well right now doesn't mean that, I'm going to just get better and bigger next year. And so I thought, well, in the spirit of me, I'm going to keep changing because that's just what I do. I like to try new things. They're not gone forever. In fact, I have nothing that I've never put out a statement saying I'm done with demo reviews. I've never really even felt that way, that I was going to secretly stop them. I thought I was just going to do some green screen videos and then go back to demo reviews. But what I found was that, man, these green screen videos are so fun. And now I'm actually getting even more focused and thinking more. Listen, I'm a YouTube demon, okay? I spend 100% of my time on my front page. I don't use TikTok or honestly YouTube Shorts, even though I upload them. I watch YouTube videos from every length, whether it's documentary style content to like Captain Christian video essays to Craig Adams hiking in the mountains of Chile, or if it's chess content that Levy or somebody else is analyzing, chess bra, just watch them play Blitz, or other YouTube or other pieces or podcasters, or like Richard Lewis and CSGO content, or Three Clicks Philip, or you name it. Like I'm spending all my time on YouTube, thinking about YouTube, analyzing YouTube, having so much fun with like thinking about thumbnails and titles and things like that. And so I think it was only a matter of time before I tried to experiment even further. And Why did I bring up how much I just gushed about how much that I like YouTube. I'm not exactly sure, but I think it was all just because I wanted to say that I really love this website, and that's why I got this handheld mic and the green screen, because I watched so many other YouTubers and thought I want to try that. That looks like a cool idea. A frugal aesthetic, or uh, Noel Miller. Is it Noel? I forget his name. I only watched him a few times, but I like what he's doing with the green screen. But yeah, anyways, I really want also to I did a bunch of podcasting interviews this week where I tweeted out, if you have a CS:GO channel, big or small, I'll make time for you. And I just did like 11 videos and interviews and podcasts with all these different channels. And one I just did with Scriv, I actually talked about how I just realized that my cam is not 100%. It's just black on the. Okay, I'm just fixing that. Sorry. If you have OCD and you've just been staring at that, I'm so sorry. I realized that when on this interview, he talked about like why I want to do this kind of content and whatever, consider doing a podcast and stuff. And I said, I don't want to just be one more podcast in the CS:GO space, because we all have so many of that. And I'm sort of, I envy a lot of other games. Like, for example, who has great content? Chess YouTubers have really great content. Smash YouTubers have really great content. A lot of different games have like an incredible network of like really, really good YouTubers that are all bringing something different to the table. And I think that we in CSGO peaked with some of the skins YouTubers as they were kind of coming up with fun ways to do content, but it always kind of tied back into the like CSGO gambling and stuff like that. And then it sort of died off as like that's not become as interesting anymore, or some of the things that they're trading to are just so unreachable for like the everyday person, that it's fun to watch but hard to keep up with. But then like the ability, the content that's about the game or about the esport that's also really creative is sort of limited, I think, as a lot of people are doing stuff like this where they just like press record something, and then try to upload it long form. And there are only so many hours in the day, and I think that there has to be a sort of implicit relationship between different CS:GO YouTubers all acting as sort of a cafeteria of flavors of channels to like have somebody come on to YouTube and then start somewhere and then like go like 5 different places and get like YouTube shorts from Oni Pixels, or watch like one Thorn talking headpiece, or watch like one podcast roundtable that Nart organized, and then maybe watch one of my demo reviews or one of my hating on your favorite player talking videos, and then go over to like Vu and like learn some fundamental thing about CSGO. And it's just like all these different lengths of videos I think would be really great. And when I think about my place as a YouTuber, all I think about is like what can I satisfy, like something new that I can sort of satisfy that builds into this big network. Because I think that if we all do well as CSGO YouTubers, then we can like all benefit a ton by having people really just want to consume CSGO content all the time. But I also understand and feel bad that it's hard to come up with ideas in a game that really doesn't push as many updates as some other video games, other esports out there do. I think that like, but we all at the same time are quite happy with how good the game has gotten. And now CS2 is going to bring in a new wave of like content. So, okay, on that, just some thoughts. And I would just like to say that's how I see myself as a YouTuber. Here are some of my motivations. I just want to contribute to the CSGO content circuit. I just want to be one more guy in that. I don't really have the aspiration to like be the biggest CSGO YouTuber or be the best or something like that. It's not really been my MO in any meaningful sense. I just want to make sure like that we have like content we can be proud of. Like everything for me when I think about CSGO, if I'm casting, for example, I think like, how can I be a caster that Counter-Strike is proud of? Because I feel like it's kind of futile to try to compete with all of the different creators and commentators, especially that we have. Maybe if I had some like super competitive drive to want to be the absolute very best or something, then my mindset would be a little different. But for now, I'm like quite happy to just be one more guy making the game better. Like, I don't really want to grow unless I'm also giving back to CSGO. And so I've also made it my personality to hate on Valorant, even though I think that's like, it's a pretty good game. But that's pretty much how I think about myself as a content creator, commentator, personality in CSGO, and what I want out of it. I want to make the game proud. I want the game to be as big as possible. And Yeah. So and yeah, so and also I've got this is the biggest event coming up in my whole life. The Paris Major is coming up from I'm leaving in a few days. I'm actually going to go to Zippel's wedding before I go to the Paris Major, and that'll be beautiful, I'm sure. And then I'll spend 3 stages in Paris to cast the major, and what an experience it should be. So many storylines, such an epic thing to have a bow on top of a game that's been out for 10 years, and to have the honor to be able to cast it is massive for me. And I'm very much looking forward to kind of going all out and recognizing that this is going to be one of the biggest opportunities to like leave my mark on the game or be a part of a big moment or something like that that I maybe ever will have. And it certainly will be the last time in CSGO that that's going to be possible for all of us. So there's something beautiful about that. And to have finality in CSGO is not something that after 10 years I thought was possible. Someone who played 1.3, 1.5, 1.6 source, CZ, and everything, thinking that like the game could end before a new game comes out, like that CSGO will just become CS2 on Steam and you cannot open CSGO anymore. That I just can't even imagine a world like that because it's never happened before. So I've got that coming up. Also, just got I'm working with I'm a brand ambassador for both Rivalry, who are on the only Ontario licensed betting website for esports available, and their head office is down the street from my place in Toronto. So we've been doing IRL events. Like we just did this massive watch party downtown Toronto, and I had no idea how many people were going to sign up. I thought it was going to be like 20 guys or something like that, right? And it ends up being 220 people signed up to come through, and 150 people ended up coming to the bar, Off World Bar, which is such a cool bar as well, to watch the I Am Rio Grand Finals with Vitality and Heroic. And I just kind of went up in between maps and just did a little bit, joked about how whatever, Counter-Strike, Vitality, things like that. And then whatever, hung out, like signed some autographs, took some photos, talked to people. Everyone was so happy to have a Toronto event. And Rivalry, with them, I'm going to do more live events. I want to do the first Counter-Strike 2 local in Toronto and really try to revive the LAN scene here, because we used to have a massive LAN scene in CSGO, but most of people are like looking or switch to Valorant or like going to Valorant LANs. And I think both can thrive. Absolutely. I'm like, I went to a Valorant LAN here and it was like, wow, like it's so massive, and like it's actually really cool. Like I do appreciate what Valorant is doing in terms of activating different regions of the world and refreshing the FPS interest, but CS2 can do that for CS:GO, and I'm going to try to be like a face of that here in Toronto. Like that's going to be like one of my next big goals, is to like try to make the Toronto scene as strong as possible. It's that like like have a Toronto major. That's the dream. That would be so cool. But one event at a time, we'll see what we can do. And then I'm also the brand ambassador for AceZone. And AceZone are obviously the headphone company that I've been shouting out in all the videos. Rivalry I haven't talked about because they don't have like a YouTube partnership with me specifically. But both of these companies I'm incredibly proud to have held out for. I've really, I think you've noticed that I haven't taken on too many sponsors on my channel in general. And of course, fortunate enough to make enough, from casting and stuff like that, that I can be pretty kind of careful and choosy about who I work with. But AceZone make amazing CS headphones. They work in CS specifically, and they work with LAN events, and they get the technology going. They're very smart guys working out of Copenhagen on these headphones, and are delivering a really good product. And Rivalry, Canada-based, trying to do the upstanding betting site route of losing money by being 100% super legit, but like because they're doing that, are such a cool company to work with, and because they're in Toronto, I can actually like do events with them and everything like that. So yeah, I've just got a lot going on from that perspective. And also Boxer, like who doesn't want one of these shirts? You know what I'm saying? Who doesn't want to join the BMC? Boxer is in such a cool spot where we're trying new things. On the store, we've got like permanent things up. We're doing smaller releases to come up. We're going to do bigger ones later. We've got a lot of stuff planned in the way of collabs going down the road. So like right now, like Boxer, this YouTube channel, casting, my partnerships with being a brand ambassador for AceZone and Rivalry has just made like everything feel like it's reaching some sort of zenith for me in terms of my career. And I feel like I definitely have put in like quite a bit of work to like try to make that all happen. But there's definitely some luck involved with, people coming to me and like me getting these opportunities and stuff. So I'm really grateful. I just wanted to make a video talking about how grateful I am actually. And how excited I am, coming into the major, even though it hasn't started yet, and just to sort of catch everybody up on how I'm doing, what I'm thinking about with YouTube. And so I'll leave it off with this for the next few weeks. We've got pick'ems, of course, with stickers coming out for the Paris Major. We'll also have some more commentary videos that try to tie in a little bit of Counter-Strike history with the green screen and focus in on either a player or a team and try to do that. Maybe we do Summit next. Maybe we do some other players next that people may or may not have been around to watch that have a lot of like funny moments and cool historical tidbits. And maybe I can add some of my personal relationships with them into there to spice it up. And then after that, hopefully like more CS2 maps come out, and then it's just going to be CS2 content. And coming into the summer, I'm going to remake every single movement tutorial that I have ever made on this channel. I promise that, and I will deliver on that. So stay tuned for all that. Like, things are very exciting for me right now. I almost get scared when I get to a place like this, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just kind of like, is everything, like, what's going to go wrong? You know what I mean? Because it's just, yeah, anyways, it just feels really good. So happy to share this all with you, and looking forward to the next few weeks. And I hope we can really just enjoy this major as much as possible. And like, I really hope the games deliver. We get some great teams in the final. And this is just a huge moment of celebration for everybody who has been here watching CSGO for all this time. And on a personal level, everybody who's been here, who I recognize all of you guys from the comments from all of these years back, and everybody who's new, just as welcome, of course, to come through. I'll pretty much never stop being a YouTuber. I think it's the thing I'll do longer than anything else, honestly. So yeah, you won't feel bad for investing yourself into this channel. Trust me on that. All right. And yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more stuff coming.